Right now on Up with KREM, as more Americans are getting vaccinated, we could get new guidance about wearing masks today.
Plus, hospitalizations are spiking in Washington. We're going to tell you which demographics are contributing to the rising numbers.
And we're going to take you outside, talk about a changing weather pattern that brings about more sunshine and warmer weather. We've got the details.
Up with KREM begins now.
Check this out. The pink moon could be seen across the globe. A supermoon is a full moon that happens when the moon is closest to the Earth.
According to NASA, this year's supermoon has been called a pink supermoon. That's because it appears in April and it's named after an American plant, the pink phlox that blooms in spring.
Didn't know that.
I know, right? Did you see the pink moon yesterday? It was absolutely beautiful and so bright. We've actually gotten a lot of great pictures from you this morning. Keep coming in. Please send them to us. 509-448-2000. Over the Palouse there, absolutely beautiful. That looks like a professional photo.
All of these are professionals. We get such great photos, and many of you at home are so talented at taking these great pictures of things that happen, because we all know the iPhone is, it's never as great.
It just kind of looks like a little dot in the sky, and
right.
It's hard to capture, so those beautiful lenses really do make a difference. But for that moment of experiencing it yourself, it's just a little sight of beauty this morning.
And Jeremy Legou joining us now. Jeremy, you can also howl at a full moon too, can't you?
Yeah, we heard it earlier.
I've been practicing, Lucy, the dog, oftentimes will do a little bit of howling. And then she looks at me like, why aren't you joining me? So I've started to join her. And that's where I got
Lucy's watching right now. She's waiting for you.
And I'm sure your neighbors love it.
Oh, the neighbors are probably like, what is wrong with that guy?
All right.
They probably also think I don't have a job because, I'm around every afternoon. But anyway, let's let you know some more fun facts about our supermoon early this morning. All right, so as Tim mentioned, it is at the closest point in its orbit. It's not a perfectly circular orbit. It's more of an elliptical orbit. So as it gets closer, it'll appear up to 7% bigger this time and 15% brighter. It's called the pink moon because of that phlox flower, not because it shines pink, unfortunately, because that would have been rather cool. Temps in the mid-30s here in Spokane early on this morning. We've got plenty of sunshine in the sky. 39 in Coeur d'Alene, 32 up in Sandpoint, and 40s out in central Washington. Expect a bit of a breezy day. You'll notice it early on today, but that wind is expected to pick up. Not enough to do any sort of damage, just enough that you're going to notice it is a bit breezy later on this afternoon. Clear skies overhead, or mostly clear skies overhead for now. We'll see a couple of clouds in the sky later on today. We're going to call it mostly sunny as we move through the day. Tomorrow, we'll see a few more clouds, and that'll continue to be the trend through the middle and second half of the week. But for now, here's what you need to know. Basically sunny this morning. Temperatures on the rise by this afternoon. Partly cloudy and temps in the mid-60s.
Thank you, Jeremy, for that. Today, vaccinated Americans could have new guidance from the CDC on wearing masks. Now, it's not clear exactly what will change, but it is expected to address what fully vaccinated people can do outside. Right now, even if you are fully vaccinated, you are urged to still wear a mask and socially distance. The only exception is when gathering with a small group of vaccinated people. And of course, there are a lot of COVID-19 vaccination headlines this morning. So here are 3 things that you should know.
Yeah, first, the White House has announced plans to share its supply of the AstraZeneca vaccine with other countries. As many as 60 million doses will become available once the vaccine is granted an emergency use authorization by the FDA, which won't be for another several weeks.
Second, as coronavirus cases continue to spike in Washington, so are hospitalizations. The Washington State Hospital Association says younger people are largely behind the uptick.
There is no question that we are now in a 4th wave of this disease.
Right now, 44 hospitals across Washington reported more than 600 hospitalizations. That's the most we've seen in months. The State Department of Health says about 40% of people hospitalized are between 40 and 59 years old.
Number 3, the Spokane Regional Health District is resuming the use of the Johnson & Johnson single-shot vaccine. This follows an 11-day pause. Federal health officials lifted the nationwide pause on the vaccine on Friday after investigating 15 cases of blood clots out of 8 million people who received the J&J shot. The health district says it uses the J&J shot for people who are homebound in congregate settings and residents of rural communities. Spokane County's interim health officer, Dr. Frank Velasquez, says the vaccine is safe and effective. In his statement, he said the risks are rare compared to the enormous morbidity and mortality risks associated with contracting the COVID-19 virus. Its ease of use makes it instrumental in many of our vaccination outreach efforts.
And this morning, we're talking about the KREM Cares Diaper Drive. Canceled last year due to the pandemic, the annual tradition is back, and we're so excited because it supports area families and kids, keeping them safe, warm, and dry. And we have the lovely Laura Papetti joining us this morning to tell us exactly about the diaper drive and how everyone could help. Good morning.
Well, good morning to all of you in the studio and everyone out there. It is a good day when we get to talk about diaper drive because it was tough last year. I've gotten a lot of questions. Well, why didn't we have the diaper drive last year? It usually happens at this time of year as we approach Mother's Day, and of course we were in lockdown at that point and we couldn't safely gather and do our traditional fundraising. And then on top of that, as the year went on, diapers and wipes were really challenging to get. We just could not order them in mass. So working hard this year, Rosars is coming through as always, helping us get those diapers. Washington Trust is a major drop-off point for donations for money. So we're very excited. We're just happy to celebrate this diaper drive, which is going on now through the 9th. It's a little piece of what we can all do to help fight child abuse, because Vanessa Behan, our partner in this, tells us there's a direct correlation between financial stress and child abuse. So we can't solve this big, huge problem of abuse towards children, but we can all do our part. So here it is, $10 donation equals a week's worth of diapers and wipes for a family in need, and takes a little bit of stress off. And let's face it, babies are happier. They're warm, safe, and dry. Who's not happier when they're warm, safe, and dry? So Vanessa Behan is our nonprofit partner in this diaper drive and in this effort. And they keep a stockpile of diapers on hand, or at least what they can on hand, to hand out to folks as they come in throughout the year. Last year, people could walk in and get diapers, but as those diaper numbers were dwindling, they had to give out fewer diapers. So families might come in and only get a dozen or two diapers at a time. And as we all know, if you're going through 7 to 10 diapers a day, which is the national average, it gets really tough. And folks there at Vanessa Behan, they just want to help people, and they tell us people are so grateful.
We hear from people too that are in a position now to donate that needed our services before. I'm so grateful. And again, it comes back to we're all in this together. When we give, there are people that are there that are grateful, and sometimes we need help, and there are people that help us. So we're all in this together.
So Lynn's here, and boy, she sums it up. We are all in this together, and all of us sometimes need a little bit of help. We spoke to a woman as we were taping that interview. A woman walked in named Crystal to get diapers for her grandson, who she's currently raising, and she said they come every month, and they get diapers and other support from Vanessa Behan. So, and she told us she's so grateful. She said every bit of it helps. So now we just need folks to join us in this effort, and we've made it really easy this year because everybody has a different level of what they're comfortable, whether they go shopping or whether they want to go through a drive up at a bank. So here's how you can give $10. That's a $10 donation equals a week's worth of wipes and diapers. You can go shopping at Rosars, buy your groceries, get your Mother's Day gifts, whatever you're doing, and they will add $10 onto your bill, and that money will go towards diapers and wipes. So easy to do. Find your area Washington Trust banks. They're all over. Find your neighborhood bank if that's where you do your banking, or if you don't, you maybe go through the drive up. You can make a monetary donation through them. They'll be taking those and again turning it over to Vanessa Behan for diapers. And then there's always KREM.com. We've put a link there under the diaper drive page. Click on it and give the amount that you're comfortable with, just so everyone knows. And it's cliche, but it's true. Every little bit helps, and we appreciate it because in the end, it's all for our families here locally and all for the babies. So I'll send it back to you guys. If you have any questions or thoughts, let me know. And in the meantime, we hope everybody can join in.
Yeah, thank you so much, Laura, for giving all that information. It's just such a great thing to do for our community and an easy way to get involved because it really doesn't cost much. So don't forget, if you want to text the information to your phone, text the word diaper. You see it right there on your screen, 509-448-2000, and we'll connect you with the Diaper Drive donation page. So very easy there. Thank you again, Laura, for sharing that with us.
Well, for the first time since September of 2019, baseball fans in the Inland Northwest can see the Spokane Indians play live. After the break, we'll hear from the Senior Vice President of the Spokane Indians about how the safety precautions in the stadium are going and what's in place.